So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. Happy Friday. Good to have you today. You know what we're going to do today? I'm going to get you to imagine you were young again. Maybe you were 16 years old. If I may, I'm going to drag you back in time a little bit because, after all, it is a super happy, fabulous, fun Friday. Super happy, fabulous, fun Friday. Where did that come from? I have no idea why that came out of my mouth. How you doing? My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you. Welcome to the races today. Really, truly, we live about 6 miles south of the Daytona International Speedway. And my studio has a window, and that window is on the side that goes north, which is where the Daytona Speedway is. And the Rolex 24 is going on right now. I don't think you can hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear those cars racing right now, 6 miles away. The wind is blowing from the north because all that cold weather is coming down. So it's going to be a loud weekend, and they run all night long too. But anyway, it's kind of funny. Listen, if you don't like horsepower, motorcycles, race cars, don't come to Daytona because I like them, and that's why we're here. Hey, Scott Smith at Instagram, if you'd like to communicate with me there. I do watch that. I like to communicate back with y'all. Also, maybe on the Facebook page. Yeah, that was kind of I almost coughed. dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. Okay, I did cough. I'm back. So growing up, let's go back in time a little bit, okay? So when you were growing up, when you were a kid, did you have a lot of dreams? It's so sad how many of those dreams and those goals, they get pushed aside for daily responsibilities, and you don't do that anymore, do you, at all? I really got to do. I mean, you graduate, and suddenly you're launched out of high school like a cannonball, and it's like, whoa, and here I go. I'm going to college. I'm getting a job. I'm getting married, getting kids. What happened? Nah, that doesn't happen anymore at all, does it? But I want you to think about a few things today. I want you to go back in time and think about when you were younger and how you were thinking then. If it's even possible, I think it's hard to do that when you're older. And I do want to say this before I begin. A lot of folks that I work with, and I work with all kinds of coaching clients. Right now, I'm on the backside of 5 hours of back-to-back coaching calls. So I do this all the time. Love doing it. I just so much energy, and I stand up and go, wow, that was hard, but a lot of fun. But a lot of people had goals when they were kids, high school and college, and now they're a little bit older, and you're spending all your time trying to figure out how to get back to that. back to that goal. So I'm going to request that you evaluate that. It's not that you didn't love to do it and you don't want to do it again, but it's very different when you're younger versus when you're older. And I would guess that some of those goals are kind of what was I thinking when I was young goals, and you might want to think about new stuff now. So think about something. When you were 16, you had all the freedom in the world, didn't you? As long as your parents allowed it. And then what'd you do? You grew up and you have all the freedom in the world, 100% complete control, and yet it's still somebody's controlling your freedom. Mm-hmm. Why are you letting that happen? You're in control. You have freedom. You have options. If you don't, you can change that. I bet about 95% of the people that I coach every single day, they want more freedom and options. And usually it comes down to money. So we're figuring how to increase the money and so they can get to do the things they want to do. You can do the same thing. You know what? If you were 16 today, if you could live today like you were 16, probably is a better way to say that. What would you do if you could live today like you were 16? Would you go to school? Would you educate yourself? Because you would have done that when you were 16. You may not have liked it, but you would have done it. Now, maybe you're 40 or 30 or 50 right now. Are you still educating yourself? If you're on this podcast, you probably are. You might not be surprised to learn a lot of people are not. If you were 16, your friends would be real friends, not Facebook friends. Real friends, people you actually know, maybe not even office friends. Office friends are not necessarily real friends, are they? Ask anybody who's worked in an office for 45 years the day they retire and how many of those friends came around. I grew up in radio, and when you grow up in radio, you really do have friends in the studio, and we still get together. If you were 16, you'd be dreaming about your future instead of worrying about it. If you were 16, you'd be excited about what was to come in life instead of freaked out about it. Oh, that sounds real negative right there, doesn't it? I kind of let it sit a little bit because a lot of people are worried about what is to come. And a lot of people are not excited. They are freaked out about it. Simple changes along the way, just mindset shifts, identity updates, things like that. If you were 16, you would not be allowed to drink. You might have done some of that. But imagine how your mind would be so clear. Smoking, drinking, even food. Mind would be clear. You could do that today too, couldn't you? If you were 16, you would embrace having fun just for the fun of it. Now, listen, I have a lot of fun. I do. I push limits on lots of things, but I'm also a pretty serious guy, and I'm an observant guy. Sometimes it's hard for me to actually be part of the party because I'm so busy paying attention to the party. That's how I'm built. But boy, do I get out there and kind of whoop it up a little bit, just like I did when I was 16. And my wife says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm whooping it up. Leave me alone." If you were 16, you couldn't and you would not get in debt. You can and you do these days, don't you? I'm not going to go down that road. You know better.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
If you were 16, you would sleep a lot. Are you getting enough sleep these days? Most Americans are in a sleep shortage, sleep deficit. They are. I know it's hard sometimes, but you got all these streaming services, and you got all these internet things we can connect to and all that stuff. Then as you get older, sometimes it's hard to go to sleep anyway. And if you drink, if you get a glass of wine or a shot of whiskey or something like that, it'll make you fall asleep and it'll wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. 16, you just slept all night long. They couldn't get you out of bed before noon, could they? And if you're old enough right now, you're like, I can't stay in bed till noon. Are you kidding me? My body can't take it anymore. If you were 16, the job you have would have felt like a prison. You just cannot wait to get out and get on with your life. Does your job feel like a prison? Are you still waiting to get on with your life? Are you going to wait till you're 65 and retire and die 6 months later? Oh, this is negative. I don't want to stop it, Scott. But sometimes we have to make a point, don't we? I remember working as a kid, as a teenager. I liked my job, especially if I had pretty girls. I worked in the shoe department at Legate Department Store. Why shoes? because I sold ladies' shoes. And even back then, I knew the right room to be in. If you were 16, you'd busy yourself all day with life. You just be buzzing around. You just be doing stuff all day, every day. You're tired, you go to sleep. Excited, you go run or do something. You certainly wouldn't put yourself in a prison, would you? Your life wasn't going to be that way. You don't have to be 16 again, do you? But I want you imagine something. If you could go back then, you say, listen, some of the freedoms you had when you were a kid, some of the freedoms that you used to have, the dreams, all that ambition you had, it gets lost sometimes in all the responsibilities. I know, listen, I've got kids and my kids have kids. I see it all the time. And we just kind of snicker and laugh. And it's the first time they've ever gone through it. I actually told my son-in-law the other day, I said, this is kind of weird. I know you're having an issue with your newborn, but you do know, we'll see if we can help. I'm not sure if we will, but we'll try, because you are the first person ever to go through this with a newborn. We're going to do the best we can. I get it. But if you hang around me long enough, you listen to this show long enough, you will know something that is very much ingrained in me, and that I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to do the best I can to go, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's whoop it up and let's go. Let's see what's going to happen today. Let's see if we can have some fun. Let's see if we can make today more gooder than badder. Let's see if I can stand up, take a step, and repeat. Let's see if I can hang out to some of those dreams, the ones I want to. Let's see if I can create something new. What can I do? The question is, what can you do? And the answer is anything you want to, if you're willing to think this way. So today, once you flit around on a Friday, I just pretend like you're 16, Not a 16-year-old like today. No. We're going to do it like old school 16, because we were so different back then. We really were. Man, I do miss being able to eat anything I wanted to. I really miss that. That was so nice. These days I can't do that anymore. But, oh well. Hey, have a great weekend. I'm glad you're here. I'll see you Monday.